Hey beautiful people, I'm your English teacher Sophie, and after I've explained and discussed everything related to adjectives and articles, it's time to discuss another lesson related to adjectives, and it is called Adjectives That Compare. So let's start. We are going to read the objectives and activities. Identify and differentiate between comparatives and superlatives, and use the correct forms by following the spelling rules. We are going to start with the comparatives. To know more about comparatives, let's watch the following video. Okay, we use comparatives to compare a quality between two people, animals, things, or places. Or you can say to compare two nouns. How many? Two. Only two. Keep this in mind. We use comparatives to compare a quality between two nouns or two people, animals, things, or places. Let's continue. We are going to read more examples to notice the spelling rules. So, the rule says that to form comparatives, we have to add to the adjective er and the word than. Let's read. We have the adjective long. The comparative form is going to be longer than. I'm going to add er to the adjective. The adjective is long. I'm going to add er, the adjective, and the word than. Long, longer than. Tall, taller than. What about this one? When the adjective ends in E, drop the E and add ER. Or you can keep the E and add R only. So you can use both ways. You can drop the E and add ER, or you can keep it and add R. Let's check. So the adjective here is nice, okay? It ends in E. In here, they added R. They kept letter E and added R. Nicer than. Or you can drop the E and add ER. Okay? You're free. So, nice, nicer than. Large, larger than. What about this one? When the adjective ends in a consonant and Y, change the Y to I and add ER. What do I have to do? I have to change the Y to I and add ER. Let's check the example. Happy. This adjective ends in a consonant P, which is letter P, and Y, PY. So I'm going to change the Y to I and then add ER. Happy, happier than. Heavy, heavier than. Funny, funnier than. And here they are saying when I have short adjectives ending in a vowel and a consonant letter, we have to double the consonant and then add ER and then. Or in other words, when adjectives have a short vowel sound, as in here, fat, short A, short vowel sound, and I have at the end what? A consonant letter. What do I have to do? I have to double the final consonant, which is letter T, as in this example, and then add ER and then. Fat, fatter than, double T. See? Big, bigger than. What do I have here? I have a short vowel in the middle, I, and I have a consonant at the end. So I'm going to double the final consonant, which is letter G, double G, and then add ER and then. Big, bigger than. Okay, now what's the definition of comparative adjective? A comparative adjective is an adjective that compares the traits of two nouns. Two. Two nouns. Let's read the example. The tree in the front yard is taller than the one in the backyard. Taller is a what? It is a comparative adjective, right? Yeah, and it is used to compare the height of the two trees. The one in the front yard and the one in the backyard. What did I add to the adjective? ER and than, okay? Now, let's move to superlatives to see the difference between comparatives and superlatives. To know more about them, let's watch the following video. We use superlatives to compare a quality among three or more people, animals, things, or places. Or you can say to compare three or more nouns. How many? Three or more. That's the difference. We have to read more examples to notice the spelling rules. Two forms of superlatives. Okay, let's check the first one. We have to start with the. I have to add before the short adjective the. And I have to add est at the end of the adjective. Okay? Let's read the example. Long, the longest. So the adjective is long. I have to add est. See? Longest, the longest. Tall, the tallest. short, the shortest. In here, when the adjective ends in E, you can drop the E and add EST, or you can keep the E and add ST. Let's read the examples. The nice, this is the adjective. It ends in E. So I can keep the E and add ST, the nicest. Or I can drop the E and add EST. The same. You're free to choose, okay? The nicest, large, the largest. Also in here, it ends in E, so I can keep it and add ST, or I can drop it and add EST, large, the largest. In here, when the adjective ends in a consonant and Y, change the Y to I and add EST. Let me give you an example. Happy, the adjective happy. It ends in a consonant, which is letter P, and Y. So what do I have to do? I have to change the Y to I and then add EST, the happiest. Don't forget that, okay? So happy, the happiest, heavy, the heaviest, funny, the funniest. I have to change the Y to I and then add EST. But under one condition, if I have before the Y what? A consonant letter, as in here. Consonant as letter P, V, N, T. All of these are consonants, okay? Consonant letters. And finally, when adjectives have a short vowel sound, like in here, fat, short vowel, short A. And it ends with a what? With a consonant letter, T, for example. What do I have to do? I have to double the final consonant and add EST. What do I have to do? I have to double the final consonant and add EST. So fat, the fattest. Double T. Big, the biggest. See? Here I have short I, short vowel, and I have a consonant. So I have to double the final consonant, the biggest, double G. Now, superlative adjective definition. Let's read. A superlative adjective is an adjective that compares the traits of 3 or more nouns. 3 or more nouns. People, animals, things, or places. Okay? So 3 or more. Let me give you an example. Gloria owns the finest restaurant in the city. So finest is a superlative adjective, right? What did I add? I added EST. Or you can say, because the adjective is fine, you can keep the E and add ST. I said you're free. Okay? And what I also have, the finest. And this is a superlative adjective. Now let's read some examples. In here I have some adjectives and I have to put them in the comparative form and the superlative form. Let's start. Short, shorter. And we have to put than, shorter than, okay? And in the superlative form, it is the shortest, shortest. Here I have to add ER in the comparative and EST in the superlative. See? Easy peasy. Old, older, the oldest. Large, larger, the largest. Hot, hotter, the hottest. Big, bigger, the biggest. What about the adjectives ending in Y? Happy, happier, the happiest. What do I have to do? I have to change the Y to I and add ER or EST. Easy, easier, the easiest. Let's continue. Remember, I will repeat, guys. Some adjectives change their spelling when ER or EST is added. When the adjective ends in a consonant and Y, change the Y to I and add ER or EST. Let me give you an example. The adjective happy. It ends in a consonant, which is letter what? P and Y, PY. So I have to change the Y to I and then add ER as in happier, or I have to change it to I and add EST as in here, happiest. Okay, let's continue. When the adjective ends in E, drop the E and add ER or EST. Example, cute. This adjective ends in E, so I can drop the E and add ER as in cuter, and drop the E and add EST as in here, cutest. I will repeat. You can drop the E and add ER, cuter. Drop the E and add EST, cutest. Or you can keep it. You can keep letter E and add only R or ST. You're free. Okay, we said that. And finally here, when adjectives have a short vowel sound before a final consonant, double the final consonant and add ER or EST. Example, big. What do I have here? I have a short vowel, short I, and it ends in a consonant letter, right? Yeah, G. So what do I have to do before I add ER or EST? I have to double the final consonant, as in here, bigger, double G, and I add what? ER, biggest, double G, okay? And I add EST. Let's solve some pages in your grammar books. Page 131. Let's read. Circle the correct adjective for each sentence. Okay. Let me tell you something, guys. I'm going to solve 2 to 3 sentences in each page. And you need to solve the rest. Why? Because you have to practice as much as possible, okay? And because this lesson is very important. But don't worry, you will find the answers in the lecture on the application. So solve the rest of the pages and then check your answers. Let's start with the first one. This pumpkin is bigger or biggest than the one I grew last year. So I'm comparing 2 pumpkins. And what do I have here? Than. Great. Am I supposed to choose bigger or biggest? This pumpkin is bigger than. That's right. Let's continue. Is the sun the closer or closest of all the planets. What I have here, all the planets. And I have that. So I'm comparing it to all the planets. Am I going to choose closer or closest? Closest of all the planets. 3. This is the sweeter or sweetest orange I've ever eaten in my whole life. Yeah? So what do I have here? I've ever eaten. And I have that. So this is the sweeter or sweetest orange I've ever eaten. Sweetest. Okay, you continue the rest. Okay, what do I have here? Page 132. I have to add ER or EST to each adjective and write the correct form here on the lines. So I'm going to solve the first two here and the first two here. Okay, let's start. Big. This adjective has a short vowel in the middle and it ends in a consonant letter. What do I have to do? I have to double the final consonant, right? And then add ER. Let's check. Yes, that's right. Number 2, sunny. What do I have? This adjective ends in a consonant and Y, and is a consonant letter. Consonant and Y. So I have to change the Y to I and add ER. Let's check. Sunnier, see? I-E-R. Great. Now I have to add EST. Funny. In here also I have a consonant, N and Y. So I have to change the Y to I and then add EST. Funniest. I-E-S-T. See? Yeah. Safe. In here, the adjective ends in E. So you can drop the E and add EST, or you can keep it and add ST. Safest. You continue the rest. B. Write the correct form of each adjective in parentheses, in brackets. Let's start. Yesterday was the hot day all summer. I have that. So, and I have all summer. Am I going to say the hotter or the hottest? EST. The hottest day all summer. Okay? The second one. Shane was fast than Tom. What do I have? Than. When I have than, am I going to say was faster or fastest? Think. I'm comparing Shane, Tom. 2. Faster. Okay? Continue the rest. And here you have the answers, as I said, and you can find them where in the lecture on the application, okay? Ooh, what do I have here? Let's check. Some adjectives that compare do not add ER or EST. They don't like to follow the rules. Yeah, they like to break the rules. Naughty adjectives. So let's check these adjectives. The comparative form of good is better, and the superlative form is best. So the adjective good, when I want to put in the comparative form, I have to change it. I have to change the whole word. I have to say better. And in the superlative form, it is what? Best. You have to study them. Good, better, best. What about the comparative form of bad? It is what? Worse. And the superlative form is worst. So bad, worse, worst. You have to study them. Good, better, best, bad, worse, worst. Okay? I use better when I'm comparing 2 nouns, and I use best when I'm comparing 3 or more. I use worse when I'm comparing 2 nouns, and I use worst when I'm comparing 3 or more nouns. Deal? Yes. What about the last one? Many is an adjective that refers to more than one thing, and you all know that. Yeah? Of course. The adjective more compares two things, and I mentioned this. The adjective more compares two things. Okay? What about most? It compares more than two. More than two. Now let's solve page 133. I'm going to do the first three sentences, okay? Circle the correct adjective for each sentence. 1. I like corn better or best than green beans. Ooh, I have than, right? So, am I going to choose better or best? I like corn better than green beans. 2. Our city has more or most sunny days than rainy ones. What do I have? I also have them. So, I'm comparing what? 2. Am I going to choose more or most? More. Number 3. That was the worst or worst movie I've ever seen. My whole life. So what do you think? What do I have? I have that. That was the worst or worst movie I've ever seen. Worst. Why? Because I have what I've ever seen. Please continue the rest of the sentences. Okay? And here you have the answers. Thank you for watching. I love you.